Hello there, Jeff Erdman, E.D.S. Inc., Shandon, and we have a little video for you this morning. Got in here early. I had to offload I had to load a truck that was headed down to Calabasas. That's about 300 miles from here, and about 250, I guess. And so I had to get in here at 3 this morning. So found out some of my frames weren't welded, the anchors weren't welded, so I had to do that this morning and then get that truck loaded and out of here. So anyway, I have a little bit of time before work begins this morning, so I thought I'd do a few things here in the shop. We got my Ajax machine, a milling machine that I have to do some work on to get it up and going. We still have to get power into the shop. Need to get everything organized, and with the summer rush, all the school projects we've been doing, haven't been able to do much shop work. So sorry I haven't had any videos. But at any rate, we're gonna go look at the Ajax this morning. We've got a little bit of work to do on it to get it up and going and ready to go once I do have power. So I thought I'd get a start on that. So we'll talk about that this morning. Thank you. Well, I'm here outside beside my Ajax mill here, and we've got a few little issues that we have to take care of. One of them is right here. It's my oil sight. Came loose, popped out, pumped oil all over the place the last time I used it. I shoved this thing back in there, put some duct tape on it, and it was good until we moved it. But I want to get this fixed before we get this machine going again. And so I may have to get a new O-ring for it, and maybe some sort of sealant to hold it in there. It looks like there was some sort of sealant behind it, really hard. It's not very malleable. I'm not sure what it was. Kind of a red gunk in there. Anyway, I'll probably use some silicone or something and just pop that back in there, and it should be fine. The other issue that I have to take care of, and I'll probably have to move the camera down so you can see it. This is my rapid traverse handle here, and the clutch is out on this thing, and so I have no traverse whatsoever, forward, back, rapid traverse, none of it. So I'm gonna have to go into the clutch, pull it out and see what in the world is wrong with it. They have a tag on here that shows how you can do some adjustments on it. I'm hoping that that's all it is that it's just out of adjustment. And once I readjust the thing, then everything will work just fine. But in order to do it, I'm going to have to drain all the oil out of that unit, and then we'll have to put new oil in it and all that sort of thing. We have a couple other issues around the other side. When I was moving this and what have you, we had a little accident, and I broke my my handle for my traverse, so you can't hand crank it until I get that fixed. So we'll probably be brazing that back together. I doubt if that'll get on this video. I don't think I'll have enough time. And then we have a few other oil leaks on the other side that I have to take care of. At any rate, on my DRO, I have, I think it's my X, I can't remember, I think it's my X. I've got to replace the glass indicator thing. It's not working correctly, so we have to pull that off too. Wish my brain was thinking this morning. I got up too early, I think. Need a few cups of coffee. Haven't had that yet today. at any rate, so we're going to have to replace this unit on the other side. And I'm pretty sure it's this axis, but I can't remember. I'll have to go back there and take a look at it. And so we'll have to pull that, put a new one on, and then I think all of you seen in a previous video where when I was building this wall behind me, I was lifting up the steel above, and one piece came down and it hit my surface grinder, and it hit the DRO on this. So then I'm going to have to fix that up, make sure that my DRO is working. And then I need to clean up this mess and put everything away. I've got a nice cabinet now that I can put a lot of my tooling into. I bought some, you know how you put felt in the bottom of your drawers? I bought some of that synthetic stuff. So I bought some synthetic felt that I'm going to put in all the drawer bottoms so that there's a nice soft surface for all my tooling and my calipers and all that sort of thing that we're going to put into the cabinet. Right now in the drawers they have wood on each drawer, but I think I'm going to make some more dividers in it, and maybe felt everything so that everything's resting on something nice and soft. Okay, so this is the little indicator, oil indicator, and it's got a little O-ring on it. I went down and I didn't know what size the O-ring was, so I just got multiples here. So we'll just pull this one off and we'll fit another one on here. The closest size that I can get. Boy, that's hard. No wonder it's leaking. But, probably has never been changed in the whole time it's been running here. There we go. We got that off, and now we got that yucky stuff in here that we need to get out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's all sorts of this red putty. You get cleaned out of here. And I'm just going to take a silicone and use that to seal this up. Get all this junk out of here. There's a kind of a red, hard, almost like a clay or something that was used. I'm not sure what it was. Might be some sort of a plumber's putty or something that they used to use. Okay, I think this is going to do it here. Do this one here. Hold this over. Yeah, that fits perfect. We got a new O-ring in there. And I'll take and I'll just squeeze a little bit of silicone around there, and drove that tip into my finger. Should have had my gloves on, huh? Okay. Okay, I'm back again. I've got the silicone, and this is my little oil observation thing. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put a little bit of silicone all the way around this just to seal this. I'll get you moved over to the machine now. So I'm just going to put this right in that hole. Yeah, that O-ring fits much tighter. The one I pulled out was all gritty and it pretty much fallen apart. So the next thing that we have is we're going to take and right down there, our rapid traverse, we're going to take that apart. And we're going to, let's see if we can get that settled, the camera settled on there. We're going to pull that apart and find out what's going on with it. But the first thing I have to do is drain the oil out of that. So, well, you don't want to talk to my throat, I don't think. So let's get back here. So the first thing that we're going to do is pull out the plug on this and drain it of all its oil, and then we'll pull that cover off and we'll see what's going on with that rapid traverse. So stand by while I get that done. Okay, it's been draining for a little bit now and it's down to the last few drops here. So I'm going to go ahead and start loosening up the put a mat under there or something. And I'll start loosening up those bolts. Go grab a pig. Okay. Got a pig down here. Or any residual fallout there. Now, I'm not too sure what I'm going to run into. I probably should see if I got anything in my book here. I don't think it's in here. So we're just going to pull her apart and find out as we go, which is always the fun part. Oops, there goes a bunch of oil, huh? I kind of figured that would be the case. Yep, there's the pin. Okay, let me get my bucket under here, because this is flowing pretty good here. Boy, that seems awfully coarse. No, this isn't good. The spraying laying out here. I don't know where that came from. Thinking. Pulling it forward is my feed. Pulling it backwards is my rapid traverse. So pulling this gear forward, this is my rapid traverse here. There we go. Yours look good. Doesn't seem to me like it's going all the way forward or something. Very nice. There's something else back down in here, I feel. There's a little ball. That's lovely. Now all I have to do is figure out where all that crud goes, huh? And what else is sitting down in here that I can't see? I'm going to take some time and get all this oil out of here and see if there's any other parts that are laying around down at the base here. And then I'll turn you back on once I figure this out. So we'll just give you a little breeze inside here. This is where the handle engages. There's a pin that engages in that, and when you lift your panel or your, let's see if I can, I don't know if I can, here. What the pin in here pulls this way or that way, and it'll actually pull it further if I was turning this, turning the gears. It would seat into another point back here that you can't see, unfortunately. But you can see, let's see if you can see these gears up here. When it's going forward, it enters, it meshes with those cogs there and runs. That would be my standard traverse. That would be, you could set for whatever speed you wanted. The rapid traverse is pulling this lever the opposite direction. So I'd move it this way, I'd pull it this way, and that turns it into rapid traverse, but I can't engage it without turning these gears. But anyway, that's what it does. And so my conundrum, where in the world did those come from? Well, I found out, silly me, and that's why it's not working. Because what happened, see that hole right there? That's where that spring and pin fit down in there. And there's some dimples on the back side of this that catch that. So they only allow, once you're in your standard traverse, it's in one pinhole. When it's in the other, it's in the other. It's in either rapid traverse or standard traverse. So at any rate, the spring and the pin fell out of here, and then the handle just fell down all the way because it wasn't engaging in the hole as it should. And this pin must have popped out somehow out of that slot because it wasn't engaging anything. So anyway, we're going to try to reassemble this whole thing and seal this up again, and hopefully she'll run. Of course, I have no power, so I can't test it, but we'll reassemble it and see what happens. Okay, I've got everything back in order. So what I've done, I've taken the springs, I put them and the bearing and put it down where it belongs. I've set this on forward traverse, on the standard traverse, I mean. And so if I got it calc right, this pin will line up right with the bracket the way it's supposed to, and we're shoot in, hopefully. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this in. I'll try to stay out of your way. There's two guide pins in here if I can get them lined up. There we go. We're home free. I think this won't have a leak anymore. I've got it pretty well sealed, I think. Okay. I'd say we're gold now. Let's see what she does. Yep, look at that. Just the way she's supposed to. Nope, we just dropped the pin. That little bearing went back out, so I'm going to have to loosen it all back up. So apparently you can drop this too far down low. I'm going to have to check into that and find out why. So that it'll drop past the spring pin and allow that to pop out. Okay, we found the problem. If you look at this, you see that pin right there, right? Well, you don't see it going all the way through, do you? Whoops. You don't see it going all the way through, do you? I was trying to pop that pin to see what was going on, and the wide side pops right out. The narrow side I couldn't get out, and I started looking at this thing. Let's see if I can get a close-up. There's that pin, it's sheared off. So that pin sheared off. You can see over here. That's the, where am I? Boy, I'm having a hard time focusing the camera here. Follow my finger. There we go. That's sheared off. So what we're going to have to do is drive that thing out from here, drive this pin out, and then find a new pin. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop that puppy out of there. Let's see, I need to find that center punch, the proper diameter. There we go. Now you can see we got a hole all the way through there, and this is the wide side over here. So we'll be able to put that handle back on as soon as I pop the little part out of it. So we got this part here, and if I hit down on this, I should be able, hopefully you can see that. You look in the camera there. Yeah, you can see that. So I'm just going to take and drive that right straight down into that hole. There we go. And we got it through. So now this will be in the right position. Boy, that's all burgered up. And oops, I think I might have put that on the wrong way, huh? That has to be up the other way. Sorry guys, I'm going to pull this back off again. There we go. Now all I have to do is give myself a pin, taper pin of the right size, and we're good. We're golden. Okay, good. Let me go get that, see what we got. So hold on. Okay, here we are. And this is the only tapered pin I could find that would work. I don't have any shorter ones that was the right size. So what we'll do is we'll just take this and we'll just drive this puppy on in here. And then I'll take and we'll just cut this thing off, file it off, and we'll be good. So so that'll be that. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's see if we can get this puppy back on now. I'll try to stay out of your way. It's going to be pretty hard. good. Well, this is Jeff Erdman, E.D.S. Inc. Shandon, and we've just completed a job on our Ajax mill. We we actually sealed up our little sight glass for our oil level up there. We pulled that out, put a new O-ring on it, put some sealant around it, popped it in, so she should be good. Then we went down to our rapid and standard traverse arm, and we found, first of all, we found some parts inside, a little spring and a ball. Found out that that was part of the handle adjustment, and put that together, and then put it all back together. And when I put the arm down, I heard the spring pop out again, so I pulled it back out, reinvestigated, and found out that on the handle, the part that drives the mechanism, the clutch on the inside, the taper pin was sheared in half on that. So we had to pop that out and replace that. So that's a wrap for us today. Thanks much. Thanks for watching.